Welcome back to Minecraft Quest with SRJ26. Last episode I showed you the Diorama Giant. It's over that hill just yonder there. I've made my way back to the road and I'm going to talk about the LAN party we had. And I'm going to walk this way and take us to the first half. We had a party with a bunch of the kids, my son and Paul and his kids and some friends of ours, and all the kids got together and we did two specific things at that party that worked out pretty well. So I'm going to talk to you about them just because and show you what they did in case you guys have kids and you want to do something similar. The first thing we did was we did I don't know, like an excavation party, but really it was just an excuse to blow shit up. We went far, far away. That's where I'm going right now. And if my computer doesn't lag, there we go. Far, far away, and this way to the north. And we made a base, and we gave the kids basically all the TNT in the world. And this was back before you had to use special stuff to ignite TNT. You could just give it a whack. So imagine, was it 4 or 5 kids, each with, multiple stacks of 64 TNT, and basically told to blow the heck out of everything. They had a lot of fun, and they made a really, really big mess. But it was really far away, so, the point is that nothing important got damaged, and hopefully I'm pretty sure they had a really good time. There were a few hiccups. One of them had an idea for what they wanted to blow up, and one of them wanted to build a trench, and another one didn't realize that the trench was a trench, and went right in the middle of the trench and blew a hole straight down to the bottom of the world. So there was a few miscommunications and stuff. Why is it so laggy? Probably because I'm encoding video and playing at the same time. That's okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, come on, baby, you can do it. I think I need more RAM. All right. So here we are, and this is the site of the demolition. And everyone had different things they were trying to do. One of the kids took up a challenge that I put down of, can you hurt yourself? Can you blow a hole down to bedrock? Some of the kids had other ideas. And really, it just was a blast. I mean, literally and figuratively. The house that I built them, I made a little cave to be their safe house. Naturally got completely blown up as well because these things happen. I'm not sure how accidental it was, but it is still a mess. And someday I might come back here and try to think of something to do with it, like a build of some sort to take advantage of the horrible landscape, but I'm not in any rush. At some point we might come back here and do it again, because I think it was a good time, and wow, look at that. And they really did a good job of completely and utterly destroying the landscape, which was the point. So that was the first thing we did at the LAN party, and it was a really good time. The second thing we did at the LAN party, I'm not going to walk from here to there because it is a long walk. So I am going to sign off for the moment, and then I'll walk over there and sign back. Oh, look at that floating platform. All right, I'm going to sign off, and this is the site of our TNT party, first half of the party. The second half was, well, it's called Egypt. And let me log off, and I will see you in a few minutes after a long walk. See you in a minute. Okay, so I've walked a bit. I came back down the north-south road to the intersection, and I am going east past Castle Blockhead. And we are going to Egypt. Egypt was the second half of our LAN party, and we basically set them out in a desert area, flattened a whole bunch of it, sort of by the water, and gave them the task of having fun, basically, but building pyramids, building whatever they wanted to build to make it look like Egypt, or at least like the parts of Egypt that the tourists are familiar with. Overall, I think this really well because the kids got a chance to blow stuff up and they got a chance to build stuff. And in general, we're not trying, we didn't try to tell them exactly what to do. It wasn't like, do this, this, and this. It was more, open-ended, go to this area and do whatever you want. And really, I think they had a very good time. You'll see when we get there that there's a variety of structures. Some of them are pretty accurate to what you would think of in Egypt, pyramids and all that. Some of them are a little crazy. I built a couple after the original build date. Now, I generally make roads flat. I'll go straight through a hill or a mountain if I need to. I don't know why, just I don't want to mess with up and down. But here we go down and we stop at the edge of the water. So to get to the Egypt site, follow the torchlit path. I'm sure you feel like you've heard that a few times by now. In general, I like to do that just because even though it's fun to have stuff out in the wilderness where no one might ever find it, and if they do, it's a real revelation. The whole point of building this stuff is so that people will find it. And there you go. You can see part of Egypt, and there you go. There, everything else is showing up now. And so this is the site where the kids went, and they basically spent the second part of the afternoon of the party just building stuff. We've got a few creeper holes since then, and I think we've had some of the kids go back, and that was probably why we got the creeper holes. I think they went back to do stuff and had a few accidental explosions. Some of the older kids did much more standard pyramids. Really pretty neat stuff here. And some of the younger kids did some more crazy abstract things. This one is particularly neat. It's actually a labyrinth. I will not try to navigate it fully, but there's a room somewhere in here that you can go in and find. And they did, well, actually looks like I'm navigating it, doesn't it? All right, dead end. Okay, I lose. I'm going to go back out because I want to show you the outside more. And honestly, I found that the whole idea of doing a LAN party is much more successful when you pretty much don't try to try to instruct the kids on what they're doing. You just sort of let them freely do whatever they want to do. Now here is the obelisk and the Sphinx statue that I created because I liked the idea so much that I wanted to come back and build something myself. And you can see I used a mix of sandstone and sand so that the parts that were sand that were going to be out over the air would hang up properly and not fall. One little anecdote, never mess with an op. When I was, Paul was in here also, because it's his kids and my kids and some friends of ours. And Paul at one point was standing there just like looking at the ground. And I don't know, he was looking up codes, I think, so that he could do a /give and fill up our chests with stuff. And so naturally, since I had a pile of sand, I went and built a sandbox around him so that when he came back to his senses, he would be inside of a box of sand, because I'm a troublemaker. So he then went off and did his own thing, and I went off and did my thing. And about 3 minutes later, he had built an obsidian box and then teleported me into it with him. And then teleported himself out of it to where one of the other kids was. And of course, I was an admin too, so it didn't take me long to get out. But just a reminder: don't mess with ops. They're tricky. He could have easily de-opped me in that few moments and then sat there waiting for me to figure out what I was going to do. But I wasn't mean. I just put him in a box of sand, so his revenge was not too horrible. And this is the Egypt build. So the second half of the LAN party was a lot of fun. The kids had a great time. They built some crazy stuff, and I highly recommend, if you have a server with a lot of kids that are local, get them together. Get some food out, get the computers hooked up, and let them have some fun. it's worth it. It's absolutely, an essential part of creating a community is actually seeing each other face to face. So in the next episode, I am going to show you another build that was very inspired, but that I kind of screwed up, and I'll explain why and how. So until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.